Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make this cute, kind of realistic Yule log. So first of all you just want to take a thick wooden lolly stick and you want to really carefully cut the end off one end of it to start with and then cut it kind of in the middle. Once you've done that, measure them up so that they measure the same length and cut the other end off as well. Just be careful because they can kind of ping off when you do this. Once you've done that, just put some super glue along one edge of it and stick them together. And I will just point out right now, I put this in the oven because I know that my super glue is okay in the oven, but do not put it in the oven unless you're absolutely certain that your glue is oven safe. So I just want to point that out so that nothing bad happens. So yeah. So then just mix some white and dark brown clay together to make a slightly lighter colour for the actual sponge. And then you want to start rolling that out and flatten it. The brown wants to be thicker than the white, as that's the sponge part, and the white bit is just the icing bit, so that needs to be thinner. Place them on top of each other, stick them together, and then just cut them down like I have done here, and then at one end make it thinner so that you can start rolling it up. Once you've done that, just make sure that it's all even, and you might want to roll it a little bit first, and then just chop the ends off to make it neat. Next, take your darker brown clay and start to roll that out as well, and this wants to be rolled fairly thin. And then measure it up with your roll that you've already made, and then you want to wrap it all the way around it. And again, once you've done that, you just want to neaten it up so you've not got any excess, and then you want to roll it out again. Here I'm just covering the ends as well because I don't want to be able to see it, like the inside bit, so I am rolling it out to get rid of the seam, and then I'm carefully going around the ends of it as well and sort of smoothing those out so it looks like this. Then just measure it up with the board that you've made and cut it off about here like I am doing. Then you can take the longer piece and start to texture it. So it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here, but just texture it so it looks kind of cakey, spongy. Once you've done that, you want to take the smaller piece and cut off a piece that just looks like it's being cut ready to eat. And you want to texture that one exactly the same way as you textured the other one. Now you want to take your other short piece and cut it diagonally so that it fits on like a kind of branch off a log. And then go around it all with a ball tool or something like I'm doing here just to blend it in. And although it looks kind of messy, you actually won't see it when you've done it because as you see next, I am texturing it all so that it looks like it's been smoothed out like you would with a real Yule log. Then on each of the ends that are covered with the dark brown, just do kind of swirl around in circles instead of just doing the lines. And then do it on the extra piece that you've cut off as well, just around the edges really carefully. Then here I'm just filing down my board to make sure there's no sharp edges, and it was also kind of wonky, so I'm just neatening that up. And then here I am putting liquid Fimo on the bottom of the cake and sticking it to the board so that it won't move once it's been baked. Next I'm just taking some white clay and making kind of a splodge of cream, and I'm just going all around it and kind of dragging it down. It's hard to explain, but hopefully you can make out what I'm doing from the video. This is what it should look like when it's done. And then I'm just adding some berries and some holly leaves as well. Once you've done that, it is optional, but I made some little toadstools. So just make some really tiny sort of teardrop shapes out of white clay. And then using some liquid Fimo again, stick the toadstools to the board. Once you've done that, here I'm just taking some craft sand, and I put liquid Fimo again on the whole roll so that it would stick better. And this just kind of makes it look like there's sugar sprinkled on it. You could use white chalk pastel as well if that's all you had. And then you're ready to bake it, so just pop it in the oven. Again, don't bake the board unless you're absolutely certain that the glue you're using is oven safe. Once you take it out and it's cooled, this is how it should look. And if you want to, then you can glaze it. This is kind of keeping the craft sand on so it doesn't all fall off, and also it's kind of making it look like the icing around it is wet almost, which kind of just gives it a nice finish. And then it should look something like this when you're totally done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you for my next video. Bye guys!